Myconian Ambassador in Mykonos, Greece.
We're going to tell you about the rooms, service, and everything you need to know before you book. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Max.
I'm Marin.
And we're Voyager Guru. We post weekly videos with travel tips, hotel reviews, and videos from some of our favorite destinations around the world. So if you don't already, consider subscribing. And of course, if you like this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up. Before we jump into our review of the Myconian Ambassador, we did book this on an awesome deal. We'll make sure to give you all the details of that at the end of the review, so stay tuned.
And like all of our other hotel reviews in the year and a half that's passed, we will tell you all about the COVID safety rating at the end of the review. This rating does not count towards the overall rating of the hotel, but it'll give you a great idea of what the hotel is doing for COVID safety.
All right, so let's jump right into the review. Our first category is location.
We rate the location of the Myconian Ambassador 4.5 stars. We are so central at this hotel. We are located on Platos Giala and approximately 5 minutes from both Namos and Skorpios, the most popular beach clubs in Greece.
It really is a fabulous location. You're central to where all of the beach clubs are, walking distance from a lot of really nice restaurants right on the beach. And even though you're not on the beach, you're located up on a hillside where you have amazing views from basically every room type.
And we're only about 10-15 minutes from Old Port and Little Venice, so it's a really accessible place to stay in Mykonos.
Our second category is lobby and check-in.
Lobby and check-in, we rate 4.5 stars. The actual experience of checking in was incredible. We were checked in at 9:30 in the morning, we were welcomed with welcome drinks, and it was a really nice experience.
It was really cool that they were able to just check us directly into our room at 9:30 in the morning, and they even let us have breakfast that same day, which we'll talk about a little bit more when we get to dining. In general, I like the style of the lobby. It is a little bit on the smaller side, but that's just in general the size of this hotel. There's not really much that they can do because it's built directly into the hillside. It does seem like the lobby could use a little bit of a refresh, as some things seem a little bit dated or a little bit tired, but in general it was a very nice lobby, and it particularly shines at night.
When we were checked in, we were seated in the lobby immediately. We got to hang out there, have our welcome drink before we even got to check in. I never even went to the counter.
Our third category is rooms.
Rooms were rate 4 stars. This is one of the larger properties in Mykonos with 69 rooms. That means that there are a number of different room types, and they're all fairly unique. Since the hotel is built into the hillside, there are some interesting features to the rooms for that reason. In general, Mykonos rooms are on the smaller side, so it can be worth the upgrade to a suite. Today we're in the Thalasso Suite with a shared pool, so we share a pool with our neighbor, and we do have quite a bit of extra space compared to the standard rooms.
We end up with a really great room here, and we have an amazing sea view, but really every room here does have a partial sea view. It's located in a very convenient area where it actually overlooks 2 main bays. So really, if you're on the left side or the right side of the hotel, it doesn't really matter. You're gonna be able to have a little bit of an ocean view, and of course, down from the restaurant, you have that fabulous view as well. The rooms are also super comfortable. The bed was like sleeping on a cloud, and they have a great rain shower, and a lot of light comes into the rooms, which I really liked.
And it's very well insulated. Mykonos is known for the parties, but the rooms themselves are so quiet. When you close the doors, you can barely hear anything.
They have this double door setup with these 2 pieces of rubber on both doors that fully insulate this room to make sure to keep out some of that outside noise. Our fourth category is service.
Service we rate 4.5 stars. Overall, we've been overwhelmingly overjoyed with the service here. Mykonos is known for a little bit of the too cool for everyone vibe, but this hotel is not like that. The service has been amazing, starting from when we were able to check in at 9:30 in the morning.
In general, the staff has been super nice, and given that the pandemic is still happening right now, the way that the staff is handling all of their precautions, including asking guests to put on masks, which is always a really difficult subject. We've watched the staff go through this, and it's actually really impressive. The staff was quick, efficient, and surprisingly polite, which is really surprising given Mykonos, because again, some of the service that you get at beach clubs and other hotels can be a little bit on the snarky side.
Housekeeping also did an excellent job. We found the room to be incredibly clean, well organized, and the amenities we needed were there.
Our fifth category is dining.
Dining, we rate 4.5 stars. We did only have 2 breakfasts here at the hotel, and the breakfast was overall good. The first day was not as great as this morning because we knew exactly what to order. It is a champagne breakfast that is included in the room rate, which is a great offer, particularly in high season when you're spending several $100s more than we're spending today.
And while we did only get to have breakfast here, we did decide to rate it 4.5 stars. While the breakfast wasn't as consistent as we would have liked, we did go through TripAdvisor reviews, and that restaurant at night is a fine dining restaurant, and everybody had rave reviews about it, including a lot of guests that stayed at the hotel and ended up coming back here rather than going out on subsequent nights because they really enjoyed it. And so although we didn't get to try the dinner, we did feel confident reading through some of those TripAdvisor reviews that if you are coming here, you're gonna have a great meal. Do keep in mind that the restaurant prices are on the expensive side, but so is Mykonos in general, although I was really surprised to find out that when we went down to the beach, there were actually quite a few places that were down there that are within walking distance of the hotel. They were surprisingly reasonably priced, again, reasonably priced for Mykonos, that were directly on the beach, and that was actually a really good option option too, because those I would say are probably around 20 to 30% cheaper, although some are significantly more expensive as well. Our sixth category is facilities.
Facilities, we rate 5 stars. This hotel is much more like a resort than a lot of hotels you'll find in Mykonos. They have everything from a pool, a full-service pool service with water, drinks, food, etc. They also have a full-service spa, a fitness center, and really everything you need for a perfect resort vacation.
They really do have everything, and interestingly enough, if you watch our other video on booking hotels here in Mykonos, you'll know that a lot of the hotels are really boutique hotels. They're focused on small luxury experiences, but sometimes they have 5, 6, 10, 20 rooms, and to have a hotel of this size at 69 rooms is actually pretty unusual. So they do really provide you with a lot of facilities, the shuttle from the airport, the spa, the pool. It really feels more like a resort than a lot of the other hotels that you'll find here in Mykonos.
One thing I will say that is missing is a shuttle to town. You do have to pay to get to town. They have a shuttle service they work with, but it is not complimentary.
One thing about the shuttle service is it does cost the same amount essentially as a taxi does to go to town, about 20 euros, which again is pretty expensive given how short the distance is, but you're actually in a much nicer car going through that shuttle service than you are through most of the taxis in the area, so it can be a little bit of a good deal. Our seventh category, style.
Style, we rate 4.5 stars. The style at this hotel is very beautiful. It's very thorough through the entire hotel. It's light, it's airy. We mentioned this earlier, but the hotel is literally tucked into a cliff, so there's a lot of very cool features, including some of the custom artwork that they've put into the hotel.
You're gonna find that same design that you find all across the Greek islands with the white buildings and beautiful blue doors and accents, but they've taken a little bit more of, I'd say, a South Beach, Miami vibe to it, where they have some things that are more modern, a little bit more contemporary, or even mid-century. A lot of the artwork. They even have some pop art in the hallways and funky chairs you don't find so much of here in Mykonos. Things tend to lean a little bit more towards the boho rattan style than they do towards more of the modern Miami Beach style. There's great lighting on this property at night, and a lot of really cool materials have been used, from the marble that's at the bottom of the pools to white accents everywhere, a lot of marble and glass combinations. It's amazing how interesting they can make different shades of white look just depending on the sunlight.
Overall, we rate this property 4.5 stars. We've had an amazing night here, and honestly, I really do want to come back, and we highly recommend this property.
At the beginning of the video, we did promise you that we'd tell you all about our booking, and interestingly enough, we did book direct. However, that's not where we actually found this deal. We did find this deal originally on hotels.com as a secret deal, but we decided to book direct because we ended up having a lot of extra benefits that you didn't get if you booked through a third party.
Some of those benefits include things like free Wi-Fi, the shared transfers to the airports and ports, and those transfers are expensive, so this is a great add-on. In normal times before COVID, they even had some offers for booking direct, such as room category upgrades, private transfers for suites and villas, and even in-room breakfast service that's not available if you don't book direct.
Another important note is we did book a standard room originally, but we were given an upgrade offer because we booked direct. They actually sent us an email giving us a sliding scale of what we could bid for an upgrade offer. We ended up choosing the lowest option, and here we are in our suite. We ended up getting a great deal, getting this amazing room type. So I'd highly recommend, whenever you do find a deal somewhere else, go check out the direct booking, see if you can get a similar deal.
And finally, our hopefully temporary COVID safety rating. We rate this property 4 stars. Overall, the hotel has done a great job dealing with COVID-19, the extra cleaning protocols, hand sanitizer and masks everywhere. Overall, really well done.
The hotel has a lot of signage for COVID-19, reminding people to social distance, as well as reminding you to wear your mask. Things are a little bit difficult right now because Greece did just get rid of the outdoor mask mandate, which makes things a little bit complicated here on the islands in particular, because a lot of space is both indoors and outdoors, so it gets a little bit complicated for enforcement of those rules, whether or not you should be wearing your mask or shouldn't be wearing your mask. But as we mentioned before in the service category, the hotel's handled it really well in terms of reminding guests that they should wear their masks when sometimes that's a really difficult conversation. I think the hotel's really trying their best, given the situation and constraints of the hotel itself, to be able to offer the best service possible during COVID-19. One thing I will say is the hotel is a little bit on the smaller side, and so there are some things that are maybe not as COVID-19 friendly, like the fact that you have to take a lot of elevators to get to your room, and sometimes those are very small shared elevators. They also start from outside and end up in an elevator, so again, reminding guests to put masks on is kind of a difficult situation, and something that I'm not really sure that there is much that they could have done better, but it is something to be aware of.
So if you like this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up.
And of course, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. It really helps here on YouTube to get our videos more exposure and make sure that we can keep producing videos just like this.
And to see photos of our trip here in Greece or of this hotel, be sure to follow us on Instagram at VoyagerGuru and check out our daily tips on TikTok at VoyagerGuru.
If you are looking at booking a stay here in Mykonos or in Greece in general, make sure to go check out our website as well at voyagerguru.com, where we have a full destination page for Greece that'll explain a lot of the things that you need to know before you book, like seasonality, pricing, and some of the best locations to visit.
And as always, I'm Marin.
And I'm Max.
And we're Voyager Guru. See you out there.